Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Money Podcast, your source for all things money. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, today I have Ennie Lim on the line, and she's co-founder and CEO over at HoneyBee. Ennie, welcome to the show.
Hi, Adam. Thanks for having me.
All right, so I'm excited to get into today's topic. So we're going to talk about financial insecurity in the U.S. and sustainable solutions available for working Americans. So this is a big topic, and I'm excited to get into it with you. Before we do, though, I want to learn a little bit more about what you're doing over at HoneyBee. Tell us a little bit more about your company, please.
Sure. Well, HoneyBee is the result of a financial setback I went through after my divorce when my credit score was impacted, and it left me with very few alternatives. So what we do at HoneyBee, our mission is to provide a sustainable and responsible solution, like you said, to address the financial insecurity that we're seeing the majority of our working Americans facing today. And we make that possible by becoming, the best way to describe it in a nutshell is the telemedicine for financial health. It's an employer-sponsored program. It allows all employees to speak with a financial expert on demand and get access to emergency funds to help pay down bills and unexpected expenses. So I guess you can think about us as the rich uncle or aunt you wish you had. We lend you money at no interest because you're family and we love you, and we provide financial advice whenever you need it.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love it. I think that's also a great transition. So let's get into today's topic. So financial insecurity in the U.S. and sustainable solutions for working Americans. I mean, this is a big topic. Where do you want to start with this one?
Well, it definitely is a big topic, and I think the pandemic has really made it clear that there are two Americas. One where the top 10% of households own about 80% of the wealth, while millions of Americans, as we've seen in the news, have lined up at food banks to cover their basic needs for their families. And even pre-COVID, we knew that 78% of Americans were already living paycheck to paycheck. We've seen reduced pay, reduced hours, furlough, layoffs in the last 3 months alone. And sadly, 1 in 5 Americans have lost income because a member of their household has lost their job. And of course, this increases mental and financial health. And so our goal is to make sure that we can provide access to all of those people and employees that need it.
So give us a little bit more like kind of the nuts and bolts of how HoneyBee works and how this access works. Like walk us through a scenario, if you may.
Yeah, so I think like the best way we're just quick turnkey solution for employers when employees are struggling with their finances. So for example, if employees are starting to borrow against their retirement funds and they're asking for pay advances in-house, what we could do is we could roll out our program within a day and no payroll integration. Employers could just roll it out to their employees, and employees could just download the app and get access to emergency funds whenever they need it. And so let's say an employee borrows $400, they repay $400 over the course of 3 months. There's no hidden fees, no interest, and so it's as simple as that. And so also we have this chat system that allows them to ask any financial questions or concerns they have about their credit score, their financial goals, and they can also get on a call with someone that they can discuss these goals with.
What are the so a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, executives listening right now, and they're like, oh man, that sounds pretty good. Like I wonder if this is a good fit for my company. What are the right types of companies and or industries that you've worked with or that you find are typically a good fit for HoneyBee?
Well, I think companies that are a good fit are essentially anyone that wants to be able to provide access to their employees, to give access to their employees to financial health coverage, we call it. But the sectors that we work closely with is the nonprofit sector. We've had a lot of food banks that work with us because they see a lot of employees borrowing in their 401k to address any unexpected expenses. We have healthcare companies, museums, we have food production, food manufacturing. And so a lot of those employees definitely need access because we're starting to see a lot of them, they have issues trying to meet their financial goals. And I think sometimes you just need to talk to someone to be able to address those goals. So I think like those are the companies we work closely with, but essentially we can work with any verticals out there and any kind of companies that want to provide this additional benefit for their employees.
Fantastic. Well, Ennie, if somebody's listening to this and they do want to connect and they want to learn more about HoneyBee, I mean, what's the best way for them to reach out and to connect with you and your team?
They can go to our website. It's called meethoneybee.com. So that's MEET honeybee.com. And they can just sign up for a demo or, just send us an email at info@meethoneybee.com.
Fantastic. So Ennie, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about all the great things that you're doing over at HoneyBee and how employers can really benefit from this, because it's a big deal. I love what you're saying because, I mean, what I find is, I mean, think about just the people, like normally this population they get kind of into the predatory lending thing or the paycheck loan or the other things. And like this is where with these huge interest rates and things that create this cycle that makes it really hard for them to get out of, just because maybe they have a car issue or something else and they need money because they have to get their car fixed to get to work, So you're providing an awesome service there. I really love what you're doing. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review in the Apple iTunes store, and if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Money, definitely give us a subscribe there, but also leave us some comments in the video. Love to know what kind of projects and things that you're working on. And Ennie, thanks again for coming on the show.